Why? Just why would you do that? Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to look at some extreme venomous snake clips, and as always, I'm hoping to hear what you think about these in the comments. Let's dive in.
Mày rồi đó. Mang. Eta arit mang. Này rồi đó. Oke, teman-teman. Itu kena kulit langsung. Anjir. Congkak. Iya nah, ini anak nama. Iya nah, sok. Punak gitu itu. Coba selesai, Ban. Tuh nyata. Ih, mana itu? Oke, teman-teman lihat sampai bolong. Ya bolong tuh kain ge.
That clip was sent in by the real Gigi. Thank you for sending that in. And I've got to say, I'm a bit confused there. I mean, there's not the kind of level of panic I'd expect. I mean, if I was bitten like that, I wouldn't be filming it afterwards. I'd just be moving. I'd be getting to a hospital. Is there something I've missed? Is there something I've not understood? Is there something under his sleeve? Is the snake defanged? I don't know why you'd do that. That guy is a guy called Fang Peep, and I've seen lots of his clips actually, and he just seems like a nice guy. He seems like he loves his animals, but people tell me that he's been bitten something like 3 times in the space of 6 months. I can't remember what it was, and it's like a repeated thing. He takes lots of risks. So he's not doing anything mean to them, he's not harming them, but that, for example, was a baby copperhead. That'd be extremely painful, and I had to blur out the rest of the clip because it gets quite bad, and you're not supposed to show that stuff on YouTube. But after a while, there's risk taking, and then it almost makes me wonder if we're crossing into the region of self-harm.
If you see this deadly snake, do not screw with it. I'll reveal its name soon, but first, like and subscribe. So this snake is notorious for being one of the deadliest in the world. It can slither at speeds of up to 12 miles per hour, making it the fastest snake ever recorded, and it strikes with such precision that it hardly ever misses its target. This snake's venom is a potent cocktail of neurotoxins and cardiotoxins. Just 2 drops can kill a human within hours. Its venom rapidly spreads through the bloodstream, causing paralysis, convulsions, and eventually respiratory or heart failure. Unlike other venomous snakes that might give a dry bite to warn off threats, this snake often unleashes its full venomous potential from the first strike. Inhabiting the rocky hills of southern and eastern Africa, it's feared by people living in its range due to its aggressiveness when cornered. Its name? The black mamba, the dark shadow of the African wilderness. Despite its name, the black mamba is usually olive to gray. Its name comes from the black inside of its mouth, which it displays just before striking.
There were some good facts in there, but overall it was awful. First error there was, of course, don't screw with anything, not just a black mamba, but any snake or any other animal. After that, they switched to a red belly back and forth, and it just makes no sense whatsoever. You should at least know what snake you're talking about throughout the whole clip. After that, they then go on to talk about cardiotoxins, and black mambas, the major components of their venom are various neurotoxins, but specifically dendrotoxins. That's what makes their venom act so quickly. So you don't really need to talk about cardiotoxins when you discuss mamba venom. It's not a major component. After that, if an animal's cornered, it can't be aggressive. It's therefore defensive because it's scared and it's cornered, so it's defending itself. So that's the kind of language that really hurts animals like snakes, if I'm honest. And finally, it doesn't necessarily display its mouth right before striking. The aim is not to strike, it's a defensive bluff, so it doesn't want to bite you if it can avoid it. There you saw a South African snake catcher holding up a group of Cape Cobras, and that's some pretty risky handling, I've got to say. I think this guy does good work and he rescues snakes, but even so, he takes some serious risks. Some people on this channel, they'll say to me, why weren't you more harsh with so-and-so for free handling? So my opinion on free handling is that if you do it with wild snakes, it does the snake's reputation harm, if you like. If it bites you, it kind of makes its way into the news and stuff like that, but snake catchers, it's kind of part of the territory. We do expect them to possibly get bit, even though it's usually avoidable. When it comes to free handling snakes in captivity, I think that can lead to bans, but people are going to do what they want to do. The reason I'm not overly harsh with people who free handle sometimes is that I really reserve my worst criticism for people who taunt or who are cruel to snakes. This person, I haven't seen him taunting or being cruel to snakes. He's taking risks, and the only one who's going to come to harm initially will be him. Now watch what he does with a green mamba. I mean, yeah, that's seriously risky. You wouldn't catch me doing that. But on the other hand, it is nice to see that the green mamba isn't a monster like some people make it out to be. So he's kind of doing a good deed at his own risk, really. Just from the start here, I'm really not convinced it's going to fit into that tube. They seem confident though. I'm not sure how they've decided on this. Okay, so it kind of goes in the tube, some of the way. Honestly, at first I thought that was a setup where they've got a tube and a bag attached, and the intention is for the snake to go through the tube. Obviously, with a king cobra that size, I guess that just doesn't work. I mean, you'd need a really big bag.
This is one of the coolest things that I've ever seen a rattlesnake do. He's trying to climb out of the bucket. He's just floating like that, periscoping more than really you see any snake do. That's crazy. Cobra. That is insane.
I've never seen a rattlesnake periscope like that. That was a timber rattler. Periscoping is a cool behavior some snakes do, like ball pythons are famous for doing it. It's an easy way for them to gain elevation, because they live on the ground, and to survey their surroundings and look for the lay of the land, predators coming, etc. It's also possible that they do that to catch airborne scent particles more easily, as they use their tongue and their Jacobson's organ. There is also the possibility that a rattlesnake could do that to make itself look bigger and more intimidating while it's assessing the situation, but I'm not sure it would do that towards a human. I think if it was trying to look more imposing to a human, it would get in its typical S pose. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, please do like, subscribe, and hype. I don't really know what the hype thing is, but I've been told it's important and I need to ask for it. Thank you very much. All of you who have experience with snakes, do you think he's going to get bitten here? Let me know your initial thoughts in the comments. Anytime you're handling a snake and you're putting it into something head last, you're at risk when its body has a thing it can push off of. Now, he keeps putting his other hand into the jar, putting it past the snake's face. This is an incredibly flexible, strong animal, which is good at biting stuff. That's part of its, how it makes a living, basically. Yeah, I mean, you could see that coming a mile away. There was mistake after mistake happening in just that short space of time. So, what can you say?
King cobra versus Burmese python. Okay, and let's put them both at the same size. Let's go BOTB on the king cobra, somewhere around 18 feet. Let's put the Burmese python at the same length. In this snake pit battle, who's going to be crawling out the winner?
I don't know if the king snake could eat something that's that much bigger.
Yeah.
And longer.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah. And longer.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
The python's going to be the same length, but it's going to be way more girth.
Right.
Yeah, so, right, there we go. Yeah, right.
A foreboding coffin-shaped head. The black mamba.
Got it. Trying to get down into a hole down here. Yo, this is a big mamba. Yo, he's made eye contact with me because he's making that hood. He's giving me... It's a big black mamba. By far the world's most feared snake. Wait, She's a very alert, very thinking, a calculating snake. Trying to calculate what's her next best move. Look at the length of the snake. Hey! Because she's very aware of my movements. There's a big hole on this side where she wants to try and get down.
This is Kurt Greenwood, a South African snake catcher and I guess kind of adventurer, trying to show us and educate us about the black mamba. Doing it in such a crazy hands-on way though. He is either insane or just not afraid of anything really, I'm not sure. The mamba doesn't seem to be enjoying it, but let's see what happens. Let's see how it plays out.
Look at that. How incredible is that? From showing me that inky black mouth, realizing, calculating that I'm actually not at risk, I haven't harmed her, she's completely settling down.
Pretty interesting, whether you agree with what he does or not. That was a pretty interesting lesson because the black mamba is made out to be like this demon, you know, everyone's terrified of it. People say it will chase you down and all the rest. I don't know. Did he knacker it out? Was it just worn out by the end? Or was it really calculating and thinking this person isn't at risk? I honestly couldn't tell you.
E esse é um filhote ainda, gente. Alguém já viu essa cobra por aqui? Nós vamos ter uma outra cobra peçonhenta. Essa daqui é a famosa e temida surucucu bico de jaca. E essa é um filhote ainda, gente. Não, tô brincando, já é adulta. Esse líquido que está aqui é algo assim.
Now, something I've gotten flack for on this channel is criticizing snake shows where we supposedly educate people with live snakes. This guy is in Brazil and he's doing a snake show, but he's using taxidermied, well, not taxidermied, preserved museum specimens basically in alcohol. And he's getting them out and he's showing the kids. But look, he's not using live specimens. Instead, he's using his charisma, his performance. You know, look at the get-up, look how he's dressed, the hat, how he interacts with the children. You can hear how much the children are getting involved and enjoying it. They are learning a lesson. Children aren't completely stupid. If they see a snake like that that's dead, they're still going to know it's the same one if they see the same pattern on a live one, and they'll know not to interact with it. You don't have to torment and terrify live animals to educate children. Give them some credit. It can be done like this, and this guy is simply fantastic. Okay, now you're going to see the 10 deadliest snakes on the planet, according to one TikToker.
Number 1, Black Mamba. Number 2, Inland Taipan. Number 3, Eastern Tiger Snake. Number 4, King Cobra. Number 5, Eastern Brown Snake. Number 6, Common Death Adder. Number 7, Russell's Viper. Number 8, Boom Slang. Number 9, Coastal Taipan. Number 10, Hydropis belcheri.
Right, that was almost entirely incorrect. That was absolutely terrible, except for the incredibly awesome thing we saw, which was a scaleless death adder. Death adders, if you've seen them, they're an elapid, but they look like a viper. They're very short, squat, but they've got kind of smoothish scales. They're quite nice to look at overall. But there, that one had almost no scales, and that's because of a genetic mutation, which means they are born without scales. They've got this kind of rubbery skin. They look like a weird model snake. Scalelessness is a gene that pops up in different forms in different species. In corn snakes, for example, I believe it's a recessive mutation like albinism, whereas in ball pythons I think there's at least 3 different types of scaleless genes that lead to scalelessness. The weird part is it always leaves a few scales. That thing, I looked at it and I thought it looks like some kind of prehistoric monster. It's just amazing. Whether you should breed them for it, that's a different ethical question really.
Because the head's just come out. Real good idea, Dad.
Snag bit there somewhere.
She's snagged on the pocket. Do you think maybe getting hold of her head so she can't bite you might be good?
No, it's not good. No. Shit, no. Don't want to do that.
Just having a wrestling match with your tiger snake. I love it. And that's why you open the rack with a snake hook instead of your fingers. Again, pretty weird stuff to be doing with a snake. I don't know why you'd want to stick your tongue out at it. I guess it's for the shock value, for the fun value, for the viewers maybe. Overall, I see a lot of clips like this every single week. People send them to me, and I'd just love to genuinely know how many of these snakes are venomoids versus how many of them are tame or conditioned.
Hold up.
That was a Russell's Viper striking at a balloon. Again, this is supposedly educational. I'm not really sure what purpose it serves. Russell's Vipers are one of the big four in India. They kill perhaps more people than any other snake in that country. And they're one of the, 2 or 3 species in the world that kill the most people. What I found interesting though about that clip is that the Russell's Viper actually doesn't want to strike. It's a little bit intimidated there. There's lots of people around. It's trying to hide itself, but then it eventually loses its patience and it strikes at the balloon. So this isn't a snake that is as nasty as perhaps it's made out, but you can also imagine how if you accidentally stepped on one, you'd cross that line straight away. So even if the snakes aren't, as aggressive and evil and everything as people make them out to be, you still need to wear some really good sets of boots and leg protection if you think you're going to encounter one like that. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please come back next week. Thank you very much.